everybody. It is Sunday afternoon after church. Maycee served as the official dog breeder out in front of the church this morning. But when we lived up here in the UP, there was not a place called Jet's Pizza, but there is now, and it's got what you're about to see that we're going to eat cost $8. Yeah, not very good for us, but this is my treat and Maycee's treat, and we love to come sit here in the parking lot at Shopko, where on a Sunday after church we would have probably by now been in line at McDonald's and had something there, and then we would have come here to Shopko because it was basically the mainstay store of the anchor store of the whole area. People from the base came here, from K.I. Sawyer, people around Marquette and the UP came here to Shopko because besides the mall, and it was very limited, this is about the only place you could go to get something you needed. In the wing behind, at one point they had Sears here, but they didn't have any product on site. All you could do was order, and then it would get delivered to you. So Maycee and I come here every once in a while. This is probably our third or fourth of these, and she loves sausage and pepperoni, and there's a pepperoni, and as you can see, I've given away a big chunk of this already and haven't gotten a bite of it myself. Now, there may be those of you who say, well, don't talk with food in your mouth. But if you're eating stuff like that, you're going to not lose weight up there, boy. And the fact is, so far, even with eating this, I've lost 35 pounds and I'm working on some more. So I've blown that theory out of the water. It really gets down to caloric intake and the amount of energy you burn in a day. I think now my arteries may not like all this, and my heart doctor back in Dallas might be screaming at me for doing this, but like I said, we don't come here and do this often. But it's Sunday afternoon, it's after church. Instead of having what I tell Maycee is a burger today, we're having pizza. We're in the McDonald's here enough as it is to write post videos like this one, that it was worth doing something different today. I just wish Jet's Pizza would get a darn microwave so they could heat the marinara. The coldness of the marinara against the warm pizza just doesn't blend very well, in my opinion. And I sure don't share it with Maycee. But it's got a nice buttery coating on it. It's thick like Chicago pizza. It's pretty darn good, actually. Notice I did not say good for you, but I thought you might enjoy just a little history about Marquette. Walmart and Target, the rise of the both of them brought the demise of the store like Shopko. I went inside when I was here in 2015, September of 2015, and nobody in it. And I guess that finally caught up with them, and they closed the doors a few years ago. I remember reading about it. But regardless, Maycee and I like to sit here in the parking lot every couple of days, maybe once every other week now it's been, and share two calzone halves, what they call them, boats, at the pizza place, Jet's Pizza. And I mean, I couldn't spend less money at any pizza place I know of in Dallas and get as much food to eat to share with both of us than I can at Jet's Pizza here in town. Just nobody came close to being able to do that. I guess maybe if you're in Mesquite and you go to Joe's, they might do something that's comparable in price, but even still, I like this. I'm enjoying it, and so is my doggy, Maycee. Okay. Woo! Hang on. It was funny. About a week ago, I went to the drive-thru in the morning at the Hardee's, and I stopped in front of the bank parking lot, which is right next to us. I had my window down, and before too long I realized that there was a seagull there right next to the car, getting braver and braver and coming up to the car, and he was squawking, and that finally got my attention. But the bird was telling me that it wanted something of whatever it was I had. And so I ended up sharing part of my biscuit with the seagull. I don't ever remember sharing anything with a seagull before. But before we go back out to the country, which the weather service said it was supposed to rain most of the day here, most of the morning, take a break and start up again at night. So we got up, I got dressed for church, or to be able to go to church, and we came into town early. There you go. And we've been here almost all day now. Well, it's 2 in the afternoon. Certainly a lot longer than I had intended on being in Marquette, but I got a very nice text from somebody a little while ago, somebody who was adverse to my making this trip. And the message read to the effect that I look so much healthier, happier, lighter, and with less stress. After being up here for 8 weeks now, she was also the first thing she told me when I told her I was moving and coming up here for a while. She said, well, I know plenty of people who are woodsmen and you are not one. So, what you think about that now? Anyway, there are still detractors out there who keep saying, I don't belong up here, I'm doing the wrong thing, yada, yada, and yada. If you want to read we're going back to the Hitchcock era. Yes, anybody who's seen the movie Birds, whew. That has Nightmare written all over it, doesn't it? So anyway, I've been getting words of support from her. I still ask you to like and subscribe to this video channel. It doesn't cost anything to subscribe to this channel on YouTube. And I'm trying to mix it up about what I post each day and what I'm running into and learning and seeing and experiencing and remembering, like being in this parking lot so many years ago. I would mostly want to go in there and find a good model airplane to build, or a ship. Basically, mostly an airplane. Air Force warplane, probably. The B-52 model being the ultimate one, and Dad always saying, well, it's the D model, it's never the H or the G, which is what they were flying here at KI then. So, it wasn't until the 90s, I don't think, that Monogram or somebody actually started putting the right engines and body build adjustments on the models and selling them, representing what was actually still is flying in America, just not up here anymore. It really is a shame. This is a great place to have an Air Force base, and it was a great place to grow up. I met a man who runs a company in Huntsville, Alabama, and walked into the cafe place, the 3rd Street Cafe, or Bagel, 3rd Street Bagel is what it's called. And I had my Auburn shirt and Auburn jacket on, and he gave me a War Eagle, and I gave a War Eagle back. By the way, in the last 24 hours, I've said that to 4 different people up here. There's a lot of Auburn people and those other kind up here. But he and I both agreed there was no better place to grow up than these woods and around up here. It was just wonderful back in those days. Is it the same now? I don't know. Anyway, I have to finish feeding my dog. She's getting a little antsy, and we need to get back out in the woods, because I'd like to get back up on the hill today before it gets too dark, or it really does start raining rather. And Maycee would like to get back to policing her spot in the woods. And of course, finishing our pizza. So I hope I didn't offend you by talking with my mouth having some pizza in it. Like I said, we don't eat like this every day. I would be gaining a whole lot more weight, a whole lot of weight, which I'm not at all. The problem is I need to get out the tape measure in the equipment box here and figure out just how much my waist has shrunk from being up here, because these pants in particular don't look right when I stand up, and if I don't have a belt on them, they'll just fall down. So I think that's a sign that I've outlived them and outgrown them, and someday I need to hold them up and show how much weight I've lost, but it's already a bunch. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you would, like and subscribe to my channel here. Also checking me out over on medium.com / the @ Donald J. Claxton. And you'll see some more about what goes on up here, and be able to read in depth about what the plans are, where we're going, where we've been, and how we're surviving. But I know there were some of you who were wanting to see a good close-up of Maycee, and also enjoying seeing her eat some pizza, and Sophie. Sophie's my eldest daughter's dog, a Puggle, sees food and eats it, so she does like seafood. Anyway, Sophie will be jealous, I know, to hear Grandpa's voice, and also to see that Maycee is eating pizza and her mean mommy and daddy refuse to feed her healthy foods like these. So, thanks for watching. I'm kidding, Chandler. We'll talk to you guys in a day or two, if that long. And thank you for watching.